So today being the 23rd of August, of course, is America Day. We'll be heading to Los Angeles, Tony and I, today, to join our father that's already over there. And from Los Angeles we're going to be going to New York, connecting flight. Almost forgot where we're going. And after New York we're doing something else, I guess. Not really sure. And yeah, it wasn't a very smooth transition, I don't think. Where you going, cameraman?
Can you see what you're looking at, buddy? Just take a guess. It could be my nose or my nostril.
Can't see anything with the background.
What's important is that you swivel and I change.
That's all good. There we go.
And of course, just some statistics on the flight. This flight's going to take us about 14 and a half hours. We're going to spend 2.5 hours in LA. Then we take a a 4 hour and 10-minute flight to JFK Airport, New York.
Yeah.
Where we'll be picked up and then taken to New York, New Jersey. Where basically we don't do that. That's silly. We'll be checking out the drum and bits and pieces. So we'll be keeping informed along the way. We may have time to pull you out during the flight, or possibly at Los Angeles. So we'll keep you informed.
What's the purpose of our
The purpose of this trip is to do business, full stop. Basically, we're trialling some machinery overseas. This machinery...
what is it?
Well, it's a drum. We're also going to look at possibly distribution of some of our attachments, the polishers, etc. So, yes, basically that's where we're at. So if you have any comments that you really feel that you'd like to add, no one's going to hear you anyway.
There's nothing much more that I can add to this situation at this present time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Tony summed it up pretty nicely. So we're going to New York, and yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see how we go. That's it. Recording?
Yes.
G'day. Just got some things down from up top. A little computer so we can play some games or something. Nice little mouse here. It's all very exciting. Want to have a look around the plane? Here.
How many hours in the flight?
These are all the people we're flying with today. You can see they're all very happy to be on camera. And yeah, she's happy too. There you go. That's good. She's still playing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll show you some of this. Our arc might run it. Our arc might run it.
It's been done with
just a carbon rod.
an air arc.
That's all it is.
Okay.
That's the carbon rod you use in the old projectors. When we used to run the old projectors at college, we used to use those carbon rods.
Show us the back.
That was our light projector.
The other side.
You use them for a pencil.
Carbon
You know?
rod like that.
Our arc at work runs 400. Good job.
You know, I mean, you can get
gas
smaller diameter rods that don't require as much heat. Like this rod, I'm running over 600 amps there now. That's how it cuts so easy.
We use rods called gouging rods, which is a similar process, but
They don't do it clean.
they're cut.
Yeah.
That's sensational.
Water round and flat one. And flat one if you want to smooth something out. You got a lot of.
Oh yeah, so you just sort of move along it and smooth it right out. Wash it right away. It'll be flat.
Like if you wanted to bring a weld back down to smooth so you didn't have a lot to grind,
Yep.
this rod right here, you can just skim it right off.
Okay. We could use that for a lot of things actually. Okay. Might yeah. Well. You want to hold the bag there?
The welders would be happy about that.
This is the drum after 25 hours. is actually interesting amount of wear. This drum is in a CMI 800-7. It's a Shebeki drum, and CMI actually manufactured it for us in Oklahoma, running a trial for Sandvik.
He's on for sure. Oh man, he couldn't see any of that.
My eyes terrible anyway.
blind, don't
I'm thinking the flight affected their eyes.
It could only improve them actually. That's good.
This is the Mount Hope quarry facility. 4 asphalt plants. That's the wrap stockpile site up there on the hill. Well, that is the hill. There it is there. They've got 4 asphalt plants here. Concrete plant, full crushing facility. It's a quarry. They produce between 5 and 10,000 tonnes of asphalt a day. Really?
Incidentally, we're in Pennsylvania. We're in Pennsylvania at the moment, and the precipitation that we're witnessing is actually Pennsylvania waters. This is where the popular show comes from. Beautiful area, just beautiful. 55 speed limit, I'm going to drop down my speed.
Very nice here.
Lovely. Reminiscent of where could you reminisce about?
Sydney.
Yeah, moving up towards the tropics, Australia, even up towards Brisbane.
Very nice.
Some dense vegetation. Some dunce vegetation.
Alright, it's one of the road networks here. And it's still quite green out there and a little bit wet. There's the driver, passenger in the back, just leaving.
DeSales University, exit 6, and Quakertown that I read as Quakertown.
Going back into New York State.
Look to the left.
That's very nice.
Some loveliness there.
Nice and lush.
Look at those trees.
Most of New York's actually like this.
About 70 miles outside of New York City. On slow down all of a sudden.
Buddy boy.
You slow down all of a sudden. I always do.
Put your indicator on for a second. Good boy. Nice little town over there.
Know what she was doing. It's easy stuff.
It's a nice house. What? Good hill. You'd like to pass the house.
I will. I've got a fun opportunity, you guys.
That was the house. Hoteli. There we go. Well, we've got a minute of tape left. We might as well finish it off. So there's something new in there. Have anything to say?
It's been an absolute pleasure recording this first tape. That's all I had to say. What about yourself?
I'm fine. Anything back there? No? No comments? Good. That's what I'd like to see.
Last exit in Pennsylvania. There you go.
We've got basically about 2 miles to go before we cross the state line, and I would guess that we're probably going to run out of tape before then. I'll just stop until we catch the state line.
So we went and saw the guy at Stevenson's Machinery. Stevenson's Machinery with Ken Ash. Yeah, down 7 Yeah, they will. How'd you go there today? What's the news? No news?
Just need to make a correction that we are not going into New York State. We're actually in New Jersey.
Ah, very good.
So this is New Jersey, and it's what New Jersey looks like.
Jersey.
Jersey. Hey Joey. Where are we going?
Jersey.
Building over there, that's nothing but a fan. That's for the battery tunnel. There's 2 tunnels. There's 3 tunnels. There's the battery, there's the Lincoln Tunnel, and there's the Holland Tunnel. That's for the battery. Okay. Ellis Island is right across. Pretty soon you're going to be able to see the Statue of Liberty.
Just a few, yeah.
You see that colored building over there with the... That's where my dad used to work there. This is Wall Street now, and this is the whole financial area.
And what did your father used to do?
He worked for Goodbody and then Merrill Lynch, financial stuff.
Okay.
That big hole right there. Where is the red light when you want it? This is it. Okay? So this is where it all came down. Now, if you guys want to pop out and look in there, you can. I'll pull over behind the sightseeing bus, all right?
Can you?
No.
No, can you see?
Well, you can look through there. Yeah, you can look through and down. Go ahead. I'll just pull over here. Just don't get hit by a car, please. I can't see the newspaper. Australian visitors get hit by cars.
Right there.
One of the battery instead is where I think I'm going to go. All right, instead of going, we'll go first to.
So this is Brooklyn Bridge?
No, this is Manhattan Bridge coming up. And this would be, I'm sorry, this is the 59th Street Bridge or the Queensborough Bridge.
Okay.
Then the Manhattan Bridge, then the Brooklyn Bridge. Sorry, this is the Williamsburg Bridge. We haven't hit the Midtown Bridge yet. We passed the Midtown, I think. And now we'll sort of come up on the rise soon. So this is what I'm talking about. We come up on this rise. It's just this tremendous sight to come up over this. Here's the Manhattan Bridge.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. And then that's the Brooklyn Bridge just beyond it. See, the Brooklyn Bridge is built out of, see the towers are built out of stone, right? Because it's now, what, 150 or some odd years old, I think. And major cable and so forth connecting it. It was built by John Roebling.
So they're still in good condition then?
Oh yeah, it was built by John Roebling. In the civil, it was an engineer during the Civil War.
Actually commuting.
Oh, there's a center, and there's a center, right. You see the guy on the bike? You can walk across it. You know, there's a whole center thing. In fact, this is the South Street Seaport here now. Years ago, all right, there was a Japanese tourist walking across, and one of those cables snapped and just took his head off. South Street Seaport now. This is where the Merchant Marine comes in, and they've got some old merchant ships here as well. Very snazzy little area down here, lots of restaurants. Okay, remember what I was telling you about the Lincoln Tunnel and those, you see that thing over there? I mean, you definitely want to see this. This is an amazing architectural feat. One of my favorite buildings in the world. And the idea with the circular walls was that no artist would have any one spot to put their painting, so that it would be continual walk, and And the idea with the recession of the walls was that the light would come through and naturally light the painting. So at each one spot there was light above. We want to go next to Grand Street. We'll just slow down so you can get a better picture here.
This is New York Museum of Art.
Metropolitan Museum of Art.
And they call it MoMA.
Left turn ahead.
Museum of Central Park here, all that distance.
Yeah.
That's 5 mile long.
Well, that's give me a second. The Plaza. Okay. Very, very chic hotel. It's the Plaza. I stayed there too. Very, very nice. FAO Schwartz. Give us bar set off. It's just an incredible hotel. It really is. I mean, look at the architecture. And I've stayed here a couple of times too on business. It's been nice. Rooms are small because it's so old. And I can't see how it would be done. I mean, I can see how physically it would be done, but how the heck could you get to the game?
Make a legal U-turn.
You know, it's impossible to get into Manhattan half the time.
Actually, a few people on bikes.
Well, yeah, it's a beautiful day today. You'll see a lot. I'm surprised. There's still a lot of people out of town. In the summertime, it's amazing. Manhattan turns into a ghost town. It really does. So we'll go up a little bit further, and then we'll come back down 5th. We'll go up to, like, where are we? We're 60. Let's go up to the 80s, and then we'll come down, because the Guggenheim is...
It's okay if you're going in an Oldsmobile or something.
Oh, Cadillac.
Cadillac with some curtains.
Yeah. Ghetto cruiser. But it's not that, actually not that big. You know, Bill Clinton's office is in Harlem now. It's not so bad down there anymore. I remember in 1985 I was down there for doing some work, and geez, what did I do on Madison and 5th? Yeah, I think shoot. Circle and some other spots. I mean, Fifth Avenue is beautiful. You'll see when we get down. It's just gorgeous. So that's the parking there. There's lots of like, see those rock formations coming out of the ground to the right. There's a lot of that in there. There's a lake, as you can see. If I shrink this down, there's a lake right. We're right near the lake, coming up on it. Rick, if you look here.
Okay.
So there will be coming up on the lake, and there's always like what you call rowboats, pedal boats, stuff like that in there. It's real nice. It's beautiful. It is, and the thing about it is, it was designed over 100 years ago. You know, and it's still really very, very well designed for the times. You're definitely going to want to get a picture of the Guggenheim because it looks like a giant washing machine. Old-fashioned washing machine. You probably don't want to film this. I don't know if you're filming, Rick. Probably don't want to be filming this.
Yeah.
Save your batteries in your phone. Okay. There's the lake over there, alright?
Yeah.
Here's the Guggenheim. See the movie Big? That's where they filmed Big in there. Alright? Goes in and all the way over on the other side. Now you see like the first Godiva chocolates is coming up on the left. There's a place called Nat Sherman's Cigars that's famous because President Kennedy used to go there and get his stuff. And you can see in the distance the Empire State Building tower right there. So we're going to probably go down to 42nd Street, hang a left, get on the FDR Drive, and head south from there. And what we'll do is we'll head under it's a beautiful ride because we head under some beautiful bridges. You come up over the rise. It's fantastic. It's a gorgeous way to see things. Now St. Patrick's coming up somewhere. It's Trump Tower. Swan St. Pat's. Here's St. This. No. Why not? St. Thomas.
350 Australian each.
Dad?
Yeah.
350 Australian each to get a.
Here we go. Here's St. Pat's. Here's St. Pat's. I'm gonna stick your head up.
Yep. That's very similar to our St. Pat's. Same. Yep.
It's quite nice. If you guys want to run in and take a quick look right now, if you want to do it, if you want, if you don't want. I'll just do this real quick.
Very good. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral here in New York, just past what's the name of the park?
Central Park.
Central Park. Very nice. Go back. Waiting for this outside. There you go.
I want to get downtown first, so instead of going back up, I think we've passed to tell you the truth, Rick, we've passed the spot where we'd want to be filming. That would be that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is one?
Yeah, Grand Central. We went.
End.
Remember, we went through the other side.
Pass.
We went right over this bridge. We went over before to go through. This is Park Avenue. This is a very, very chic restaurant, Cipriani's. That's the owner. You've heard of Cipriani.
Yeah.
They own the Cirque and they own Harry's Bar in Venice.
On the left is what's called again? Which? Show.
Oh, the Empire State?
Yeah, Empire State.
Now there's an entrance here to the Queens Midtown Tunnel that people, I forget what, is it here? No, it's down further. No, it's up. What's this? Recognize it? That's the UN right there.
United Nations, eh?
Yep. And General Assembly is over that side, the little round. But that's why I want to come down here, because you can see the UN, and then it's nicer to see it from like the FDR Drive, you know, coming down from the north. But that's where it all happens, guys.
Well, it's very similar to the Geneva building.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. It's that 60s architecture. Exactly right. Same architecture. That new frontier 60s architecture.
Yeah. European Union building in what's it called?
In Strasbourg.
Strasbourg. Very similar to that as well.
See, there's the General Assembly there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're getting on the FDR Drive. You can see the bridges down there. We're going to be passing under those. All right. What it does is it's going to pick it up around 34th Street as well. Probably pick it up. Donald Trump used to keep his. He was divorcing Ivana Trump. You heard of Donald and Ivana Trump, right? He used to keep his yacht right here by the Ocean Club. You'll see a thing on the water here, a restaurant. His yacht was right over there, outside. And I would, like I was telling you, I would commute across here at 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd be in the back of his boat right there, just making his phone calls and stuff, having his coffee. You could see him right there. If anybody wanted to pick him off, that would have been the perfect spot. I could have come by and just blown him away right there. He would just be right there. That's okay. Now, one time I was coming to work, and about 18th Avenue or so, I saw a body right in the divider here. It was just lying there dead on the divider. So it was like a homeless guy. That's Brooklyn you see over there, right? All industrial. What we're going to do is I want to take you under the bridges down to the. Can't tell you.
Look at all the luggage.
It's all shopping stuff, isn't it? They look like they're going to Israel. Yes, me. They're all Orthodox or Jewish, I think.
Yeah.
So this is Park Avenue now. Okay. See, when I used to commute into Jersey, right? I used to come in through Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Bridge, and then take 34th all the way up to the tunnel to Nutley, New Jersey, where I work. So I'd do that at 5 in the morning, just because you couldn't do it after that. It's now the MetLife building. There's a helicopter pad up top there.
Yeah.
Whenever there's big emergencies and like the president comes in or whatever, they usually land them on top of that.
Yeah.
You're going to want to look at Grand Central Station going in. It's pretty beautiful when we go in. That's it straight away.
Oh yes, I can see it. Yeah.
So that's the station that ties together upstate New York and this part of Manhattan as well, and parts of New Jersey come in there. Now I would walk from that part all the way to 39 Park, which is right. Oops, sorry. 39 Park is right here, is where I used to work. Yeah, so. This is over 100 years old, Grand Central Station. The inside of the station is the. It's a shame we can't stop to just walk in real quick. I wonder if we could do that. The inside of it, okay, is a constellation of the Northern Hemisphere. And interestingly enough, they laid out the constellation, and when they laid out all the stars after it was done, an astronomer came in to look at it and noticed that it was backwards. It was completely backwards. The entire constellation. It's been millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands at that point, laying out this constellation, because it is gorgeous on the roof of the station. And so the Grand Central publicity people didn't know what to do about this, and they was like, well, we really screwed up royally on this one. So they came out with a press release that said, no, this is absolutely correct. We wanted the constellation to be seen as it was being seen by God. And so that's how they corrected their mistake. They basically said that this is we want it to be, as if God is looking upon it. Pretty smart way of getting out of that one. Okay, so now we're sort of uptown, all right? We sort of considered Grand Central as being the dividing spot in a lot of ways, of uptown and downtown. And so now we would start to head up to a little bit more wide open spaces. It's start to get very rich up here, a lot different, big business, big hotels. Right over here, right up this building over here is the Waldorf Astoria.
Yep.
I'm sure you've heard of that.
We know it well.
Very important hotel. I've gone to a lot of events here. Beautiful on the inside. Absolutely gorgeous. There are lobbies upon lobbies upon lobbies upon lobbies. Everywhere you go, there's a lobby and a small bar. The wind going by does. Now this over here. Okay, over here, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Where the Rangers play, it's right down in here. Believe it or not, there's a stadium in here. You wouldn't know it.
There is there.
Yeah, right here. See? Whoa. Close one. Now Macy's, right? The famous department store is right here.
Yep.
This is where Miracle on 34th Street, that movie, right? This is right over here.
So would this be the main street of New York?
No, not at all. There's many different main streets. You could consider Park Avenue one. You consider Fifth Avenue very important in terms of shopping and fashion and all that. Certainly.
Is there a foundation street of New York? Is there something that's there was the
Wall Street? But there's so many main streets. You can't. So here's Macy's. It's an incredible department store. Incredible. It's a city in there. I mean, this is all one department store. This whole block. All right. It's just incredible. It really is. To go and it's it's like 9 stories high. It's just if you get back here, you want to go there. You definitely want to go there. This all street stuff hadn't been that. But you'll see more on a Sunday. Hadn't been that popular. They don't allow it on certain other streets. Well, there's a Victoria's Secret opening up here. Look at that. I didn't know that.
left and right?
Here we go now. Take a look. You see all of the stainless? Look, guys.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Ed, look up through the center.
Yeah, go up through here, Rick. Hello.
It's completely opposite to what I imagined. It's perfect.
We're going slowly past over here now. You can see, check out like the Art Deco writing, okay, and see the lines here. This is all period, 1930s period, the way this is all written and so forth. NBC is in here. Okay, NBC radio, RCA, NBC's in here. So you look at the finials on top of the columns there, you see? The way they're architecturally done.
It's unbelievable.
Alright, so now...
Okay. Fifth Avenue.
So you saw where the stadium was there?
Yeah.
Every day where I used to work, every day I used to take I'll show you where I would walk from the stadium where I showed you. That's where the Long Island Railroad drops off. So where you're going to be for dinner today at Mom and Dad's, we used to take the train, Dad and I, to that station. And I would walk from that station, so this distance, I'll show you the distance. It was like, you just didn't think of it, you know?
Now we've got a line here. What for?
What can happen? And no, there's never, this was basically built by Italians, you know, Italian immigrants. The brickwork, the tile work. In the Holland Tunnel is even older, and the tile work, I mean, it's a singular tile for every stretch of this, is even more beautiful. This is nothing compared to the Holland Tunnel.
Did a good job, haven't they?
Oh,
Like a nice
beautiful
kitchen.
job. Beautiful job. And they basically made a tile so they could clean it off. Now, what I didn't show you, which I should have pointed out to you, was on either side of the tunnel are two giant fans that are the width of a baseball field, blades on them, and they suck out the air. One sucks it in, one sucks it out. So there's constant ventilation in there. They can basically exchange the air in here within a few minutes if they run on full flow. So we're going to go to 34th Street now, and 42nd Street would be that way. We're going to go up that way afterwards. So I want to take you to the foot of the Empire State Building, which is on 34th and about 5th and Park, between 5th and Park.
Bought some good weather for us, Jeff.
Well, yeah, you cleared out the schmutz yesterday. The rain cleared out the junk yesterday, and it's kind of nice. Oops. Shucks, I should have went that way. Nice look. Fourth.
It's actually quite, to look a little bit drabber and a bit darker than the Empire State.
Oh no, it's beautiful. It was built, the architecture is the same as the architecture of Rockefeller Center in the 30s. Yeah, they made it of sandstone and stainless steel. I mean, to think of this building being done in stainless steel is incredible. That building you saw that I told you about was the Chrysler building. That was built before this, and that was the tallest building in the world for a long time. It was built by Walter B. Chrysler, the Chrysler automobile, and that's stainless steel. It's incredible. The building is stainless steel on the outside of it. It's amazing. So, and stone. So no, it's an amazing building. It's beautiful. It's just the observatory deck. You can go up there and you know, if you've seen King Kong, I'm sure you've seen the movie King Kong. That's where the monkey's hanging off and all that. So anyway, and from here what we'll do is we'll head uptown, probably on Park, and come back down 5th. And go up Park Avenue, go through Grand Central Station, come down come down 5th Avenue and pass St. Patrick's Cathedral, which maybe you've heard about. St. Patrick's Cathedral, probably the number one cathedral, the most famous cathedral outside of the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. It's a lot of important people get married there. All of the rich people have to have their weddings there. Stuff like that.
Most like the Sunday Club, actually.
Again?
The Sunday Club. Yeah. It's better.
Yeah, I had meant to do that. I'm sorry. You know what's interesting is when you're on the highway, this actually makes it a lot more quiet.
There's where the crusher is.
It's a Saturday, by the way. That's why it's so quiet.
Yeah, 3 blasts a day.
3 blasts a day. Semi.
The lady we sat next to on the plane had truck driver.
Part of 46 is fairly open, so if we go back further, it's telling us not to go west. That's why.
So we're on Highway 46 heading from. Where are we? Rockerville?
Yeah.
No, Rockaway.
I believe we haven't taken any video footage.
This is our first video footage. We have no luggage. No luggage.
We smell.
Glad this isn't a smelling, sensing type of video camera. We're heading into New York at the moment from New Jersey with Joe.
Joe, just give us a wave there.
What's that?
Give us a wave. Just wave to us. That's it.
Excellent. Good
Why?
work.
Good work. Because you're on camera.
Oh, jeez.
This is your best profile, by the way.
Well, now I'll screw you up because the light's going to reflect on the top of my head.
Now,
That's it. Now it'll glare you out.
Now this is a very advanced video camera.
That's right. We'll just put our hand near your head. So, and I think that's it. Here, Tony, you can give the commentary.
You got to think for half the day, so.
Well, basically, as Joe said, we have no luggage. We've been searching for luggage for 3 days. From what we
I
know,
brought you some of my stuff, you know.
from what we know, we could have had luggage from Joe now. But,
Your father didn't tell me.
yeah, well, we've been wearing his clothes. I think he gets a kick out of it. Because you think it makes him feel tall. So basically, yes, we're now heading into New York.
Yeah.
We're going to have a bit of fun. And then we're going to head over and see Joe's parents and have lobster and other bits and pieces.
Or something else.
Or something else. Could be anything.
And I don't know why I had a feeling.
Yeah.
East.
So, yeah.
I had a feeling.
We'll catch up with you later in New York. Bye. Stay there.
I don't think it's any bridge. It's a railroad
State
bridge.
up there?
No, you know what? It might be it's not the Pulaski Skyway. I don't know what it is. Actually, here. Probably see. Might be able to see what it is if you explore it here.
Coming in.
On the map.
It's the GPS.
State.
It's not naming it. If you expand this out further, it might give it a name. There's a ton of bridges I don't even know the name on it. It's just
That's the Empire State.
yep. Yeah, wait, you're gonna get closer.
Why don't you open up the screen? It might be easier.
Now you can see the Chrysler building too is another nice sort of head back. I see the the Intrepid is off up to that. You can't sort of see it. Chrysler building is north of the Empire State Building as well. See that one with the fancy chrome roof on it? It's a little short. It looks like the Empire State Building.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a beautiful, beautiful building. On the inside, it's incredible.
So, whereabouts is the Statue of Liberty from here?
It's from here. It's on the east side. We're on the west side now. Okay, you'll hear the way people talk about Manhattan is east side, west side, lower east side, upper west side, upper east side. You know, that's the way they relate to it. And so we're now on the west side, and we're going to be going towards the east side because I want to take you by the Empire State Building. And really, sort of like the Empire State Building is sort of centrally located though. It's in the 30s. It's on 34th Street. This is the Lincoln Tunnel. And be careful when you look in here. I want you to see there's always this fight between New York and New Jersey about who owns what, you know, and who owns the Statue of Liberty, who owns Liberty Island. There's a line. We're going to go under the water now. There's a line on the wall that'll show you the division mark between New York and New Jersey. So keep your eye. There is, and it was done many, many years. I mean, this was built in the 30s, so.
Some things never change.
Yeah. Oh, there's always been a tremendous rivalry between them.
So how long is the Lincoln Tunnel?
Width of the Hudson River, I don't know exactly how long, but to get an idea, cut out about midway. Here's what we got. Oh, jeez. This is about a mile, maybe. A little bit over a mile.
Do you know if there's ever any structural problems like leaking?
Yeah, there's the line. There's a line. See? No, but one of the biggest fears is whether we're going to have a terrorist attack and it'll happen in here, because if the bomb goes off in here, you can imagine.
Quite a few spruces.
Yeah, lots of spruces.
Very green.
So you see black lines on the ground, so the white, the black and white. Pennsylvania, heading to Harrisburg.
To the right now.
Much more to see.
That's beautiful. So we go over a crest. Like a nice view.
Of the road. We're about to find out. Bobcats? Yeah, plenty of bobcats. Green. We visited Hershey, was the suburb of Harrisburg. It's in the Hershey Bar, and it was quite interesting. We now have Joseph as our pilot, and yes, it's very fruitful.
It was indeed. We spoke with Dennis and President Dennis from what's his name? President, just sort of a something or other, and you can see the mountains quite green past, up rolling. So anyway, we're going to camp, and sorry, we're going to get chains. There we go. And exposure happening.
we are in Pennsylvania. We're heading down to see a distributor down there, which is in Harrisburg. And we're in a Ford Focus. Dad's driving, Joe's in the back seat. Just did some calculations and bits and pieces. The scenery changes quite often. Sometimes it's extremely green, other times it's slightly arid. Although it's fairly green really.
We're on the 78. Are we on the 78? Or the 72?
The 78 west.
The 78. Actually, most of this road is concrete all along the 78, all the way from about 90 miles of concrete.
Yep.
And it's been micro-milled, micro-textured. Bit of a debate going on about how they actually did it. Yes, there's been a lot of cornfields, and it's a very agricultural region, I guess, as far as we can see. What other fields have been done?
Not too much that I've noticed.
What type of trees have you been seeing?
Yeah, elders, elms, poplars.
In New Jersey, there was actually
Kind of cool.
That's great.
I see the Statue of Liberty from here. You can see it, but you'll get a better shot later. You see it off to the right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't get down that part of town, so we're going to see it from across. It's in the harbor anyway, either way you're across from it. Where there used to be a lot of, see there's the Statue of Liberty, just to get a better shot later. But now it's just loading docks now, but at one time there was a lot of, here and across, there was a lot of transport. And that's where you'd be seeing the trade center from at this point, would be the, sticking up among all those buildings. That's where the famous shot is, that corner of Manhattan. We could try coming back through if you want. That was that, on the shores of Brooklyn, right here. That was at the tent top back. Oh yeah, it was just wall to wall. Blankets, brought sandwiches and
So would you say that Brooklyn is a suburb or a city?
Should put one in front of Joe though.
I wanted your mom to sit in closer.
Yeah, this is fine.